Hello, everybody. It's Becky from Living the Dream Quilt Shop for the Sunday Night Social. How's everybody doing out there? We've got a couple of things tonight that I'm working on and I'm really excited about. Say hey when you come in. Let us know you're here. We're just hanging out. I'm going to be working on a quilt binding tonight while we chatter all things sewing, and I've got a really special app to tell you guys about. So I'm really excited. There is Sharon Kenny. Thank you, Sharon. Karen Bush came in. She had this really nice perm do. I fell in love with it. I don't look as beautiful as Karen does, but I love the look, and it's so much lighter than all that hair I had. How are you doing, Sharon? Are we cutting fabric? Thank you very much. I love you, Sharon. Thank you. You're good for my heart. So, as most of you know, I had a heart attack back in February, and we had gotten cruise tickets for Christmas back in December. And after the heart attack, we didn't think we were going to be able to go. But I was released Tuesday. Everything looks good. I can't wait to take 2 weeks off. Of course, the doctor's yelling at me for working 7 days a week, 18 hours a day, but got to get ready. So there's Connie Brown. Hey, Connie. Connie, where are you from? Are you local? There is Karen Warwick. Oh, thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate it. Diane Busman. I hope this rain stops before the cruise starts. I am so worried, but I am looking very forward to getting away for 2 weeks now. While I'm gone, Seth is going to be rolling out the tutorials from the block of the week. So make sure you look for that. Check out our other videos and our other podcasts while I'm gone. Oh, Connie, you're the one I need to get that stuff to. I am going to try to get it bagged up tonight. I will be in Beelington Tuesday for my sister-in-law's funeral, and I'm going to try to drop that stuff off to you. So I will be getting with you very soon. It's been a crazy, crazy week. So, all right. So let me tell you guys, for those of you that don't know, Android users only right now, which is such a shame, but I'm going to switch over to this other camera. So if you're an Android user, look for Ancestral Sewing. I don't know if you can see that very good. It's got that little orange sewing machine on it. Our app just released either today or yesterday. We are so excited, but let me show you a few things. And once we get so many users, we'll be able to release it for Apple. So this is what comes up when you sign in. And the first thing you'll see, and that's kind of blurry, I know, latest projects. You'll be able to flip through everybody's projects. And then down here, they have stories on the machines. So people have actually taken pictures of their machines, put their serial numbers in, and told how they bought it, why they love it, what they're doing with it. So years from now, when their great-granddaughter or family member or somebody buys it in a thrift store and they put the serial number in in the app, they can see stories about who might have owned that machine, what they might have done with their machine, where they bought it at, what they paid for it, everything. And most importantly, very special stories. I wish we would have had this around when my grandparents were alive so I could see that. And then over here you have the sewing room. So on the sewing room, I wish this would come in clear, you have fabric, thread, notions, patterns, and projects. So you can hit on your fabric and flip through and see all the fabric you own that you have purchased. You can see the name of it, where you bought it, when you bought it, any information you want to put in about that. So if you walk into the quilt shop and you're needing a fabric for a special project, you can look and see what other fabrics you already have to match it up. That is the amazing thing about this. And then thread is the same way. You can take pictures of your thread. You'll know what colors you have, what colors you might need. Notions, you can put all your rulers, everything. Rotary cutters, so you know what you have at home, which is really important for the rulers. Because how many times, I know I've done it 3 or 4, I've bought a ruler and not realized I already had that ruler at home. So, really great for that. And then patterns, you can have pictures of your patterns, and that way you can keep track of what you have and what you might need for that pattern. And then over on projects, I love this one. So you can go in and put all the information about your project. And you can even go to fabric. Let's see, fabric. Here we go, pattern. So for pattern, you click on that and you pick which pattern you're using in that project. And then fabric, when you click on fabric, it brings all your fabrics up for you to choose what you want to use in that project. Same with thread, notions, and then we have still need. So you can make a list of what you still need to purchase from your quilt shop when you go in. And then the steps it takes to do that project. And it's even got a project journal to keep track of what you're doing. And you can add photos along the way. And then you just hit save. And when you go into the quilt shop, you can show people the projects you're working on, your pictures of it, what you still need for it. That is the most amazing thing about this app. It started out registering machines. And Seth, my oldest son, added this in for us. And it just took it to a whole new level of wow. So once you complete your project, you can actually share it with others. And that's where that first page comes in. You can scroll through people's projects, and if you like it, you click on it, and it goes into your project file. So then you know what pattern you need to get and what material were used in the other. So you can have that project to do for yourself. The only thing with that, you cannot take pictures of the actual directions for the pattern. You can take pictures of what is needed for it, like the back of a pattern you would see in a quilt shop, but you cannot share the directions because that's copyrighted. But, I mean, just an amazing app. So, Seth, I absolutely love what you have done with this. You can keep track of how much you have, how much you bought, how much you have left, which is an amazing thing for us quilters. The only person in the world that I know of that already knew that before this app was Sandy Ambergy. And she had everything on Excel, which just amazed me to death. But God bless you, Seth. We love the app. It is now out for everybody. It's $4.99, and you get it unless the app becomes so huge that we need subscriptions for it. It is just $4.99, and I absolutely love it. So anyway, I wanted to get that out there. Let me catch up with what everybody's saying here. Yeah, Connie, I will be over to see you. Yes, thank you, Karen. And Karen, you have been so helpful. We had 12 beta testers. We appreciate each and every one of you for being there for us and testing the app. So it's been tested really well to make sure we had any bugs fixed that needed fixed and make sure everything rolled out great for all the quilters. Oh, yeah, Sharon, I would love to know the history behind my machines. I told Seth a year ago we really need this. Quilters would think this was great. I would love to know. I have 4 featherweights. I would love to know who owned them, what they did with them, where they were, what state, where they traveled to. Yeah, I just love this idea. Oh, Sharon Kenny, honey, it is going to take me 10 years to list all my fabric. So what I've decided, I'm going to list it as I buy it. And then when I'm working on a project, if it's not in there, I'll add it in then. Because you know me and my stash, it's just too big. Yeah, there you go, Karen. That's what I'm doing. I'm going to add it as I go. That's the either that or I need 4 or 5 days off to get a good start. Who, it is hot in here tonight. Is it hot out there? So I went from, we had 2 days of 90 degrees to a day of 50, and I wore a sundress that day because I'd been burning up for 2 days. And then I wear a sundress out and freeze. So you can't trust the weather anymore at all. All right, so what are we working on tonight? What are you guys working on? I am doing a hand binding. And if any of you out there are beginners, um, I just let's talk hand binding versus machine binding. Is there anybody out there that does machine binding? What I do is I sew it onto the front of the quilt, 1/4 inch seam. I sew it on there, and then I flip it over and cut all these little strings off, and then I clip it and I hand sew it on the back. So that way you don't see a seam on here, and the seam on the back is a hidden seam. So nothing is seen. I know there's a lot of people that do it by machine. Mine never looks good enough. When I try to sew it on one side, it doesn't meet the other perfect. It's on, it's off. I don't like that. This takes a lot longer, but when I'm doing a quilt for a customer, I want them to love their quilt. And the only way for me to do that is to hide that seam and do the hand binding. So that's what I'm going to work on tonight while we're chatting and hanging out. I tell you what, while I'm on the cruise, I'm going to miss hanging out with all my people. I might have to go live a couple times just to say hey and see what everybody's doing. Got strings everywhere. But this is one for a customer. I did this bubbles on it. Look at this. Beautiful quilt. I love this quilt. All half square triangles. I'll try to do a picture of it later before Savannah comes to get it. Beautiful quilt. There is Karen Bush. Karen, look. Look, I don't look as good as you, but I'm close. Karen come in and I fell in love with her haircut, so I had to copy her. I guess that makes me a copycat now, right, Karen? So for anybody that's never hand bound before, I just take like 1/4 inch and you go in underneath the binding, right underneath where your last stitch came up, and then I go about 1/4 inch and I come in right on the lip of that binding. And that holds it down really well. And then just keep doing the same thing. And when I come to a corner, I'll do another close-up so you guys can see how I do the corners. Thank you, Karen. Oh, Karen's, how many squares do you have cut, Karen? Did you say it's a mystery quilt you're doing? Oh, Karen Warwick, I would love that. Yes, please send Sandy down to me. Wait till I get my house cleaned up. I work so many jobs, I don't have time to clean. I need to take a week off and just clean. I mean, it's not like hoarder style, but well, if you saw all the quilt shop stuff I have stacked in there, you might think that, but it's not too messy. It's just a lot. And I need to catch up and dust and sweep and do my spring cleaning and my windows. Oh, I hate doing windows. Yes, all you beta testers out there, there's Seth speaking up. Thank you all so much for going through that process with us, testing out the app, telling us what you liked, what you didn't like, what needed changed. That was so helpful. And at least it wasn't just me driving Seth crazy. And keep keep the beta because you've already paid, and that way you don't have to pay again and you get the updates first. Yeah, I can't wait to get this quilt done. I've got a t-shirt quilt that I'm trying very hard to get done for the nicest gentleman I've ever met before I leave on Wednesday. But I had a sister-in-law that just passed. Her funeral's Tuesday. I just changed my meeting at work to 6 o'clock on Tuesday so I can go to the funeral and get back to work and leave on Wednesday. And I need to get this finished up before I start on the t-shirt quilt. So, yeah, it's been a busy couple days. And of course, Kenyon's got mowing jobs to do the next tomorrow, so I've got to get him to a bunch of mowing jobs while I'm working. I cannot wait for life not to be crazy. How is that die working for you, Karen? So Karen got, I think it's a 9 square, isn't it? She got the 9 square AccuQuilt die from me, 1.5 inches, to cut all of her squares for this quilt she's going to be doing. Karen, what kind of a quilt is that? I mean, you're doing like a class with it, right? And when I get back, I'm going to be working on a sampler quilt that is just amazing. And I'm going to be doing kind of the same thing Karen's doing, but we need 2.5 inch squares. Sharon Kinney, you're going to love the quilt because we're going to be doing a tutorial with the 2.5 inch strip cutter and then cutting square. Well, no, maybe we're not cutting the squares. We're cutting the strips, sewing the strips together, and then I think we're going to try to cut. I can't remember, but somewhere we're cutting squares too, but it's more like strip squares. So I'm really looking forward to that. Yeah. Karen, I don't know that I could go that low. But Sharon, that one we're working on that we'll be doing the tutorial for, it's like a bunch of little squares and then it has stripes beside of it that's the opposite of the squares. And then so on. It repeats across the quilt. It is beautiful. Beautiful. I saw it the other day and I thought that's going to be the perfect first tutorial for the die cutters. And then we're going to do the Sunbonnet Sue embroidery. I can't wait to try that out and see how that embroidery works for our new machines, right, Sharon? That one uses stabilizer. So, Karen, are you cutting the squares with stabilizer on the back? And if you are, how is that working out for you? Are you putting paper on top of it first? Somebody told me the other day they've done the embroidery and they never use paper on top and it comes out fine. But one of the tips AccuQuilt has is to put paper on top of your material before the mat and it makes it cut it better. Oh, absolutely, Sharon. I just ordered 5 more. We sold out of the ones we had. I knew Sunbonnet Sue would be a big hit. Of course, I had to buy one. I really and I also ordered what is his name? It's Sam, I think. I can't think of his name. Karen Bush. I want to say Hillbilly Sam. What is it? Yeah, sure, Sharon. I can do that. All right, honey bear. So here I'm going to go under. Right here's where it comes up. I'm going to go under that and not all the way through the material, but just in between into the batting. And I'm going to come up 1/4 inch on the other side and see how I've just got the little lip of that. Just pull that through and see you can't see the stitch. And Use a thread that is the color of the most used color on your binding. So like this one has yellow and pink, I'm just using the pink, and that way you can't see any of the stitches. And people wonder what takes me so long on these quilts. This is a queen size quilt. And I worked on it yesterday, the night before, but of course that was in between other jobs. And then I worked on it most of today, but it takes a little bit. And when you get interrupted, you got to keep coming back. You are welcome, Miss Sharon. I will save you one, yes, ma'am. We also have the alphabet coming in. And, darn, I need to look up that Sam. I can't think of his name now. Overall, Sam. Thank you, Diane Busman. You need a treat for that. I'm going to send you a little treat in the mail for coming up with that one. We need to start doing Becky's loss of memory as a trivia question. Oh, I think when they did the heart cath, they sucked some of my brain out with it. Seth will agree to that. I do love binding by hand, Sharon. Either hanging out with you guys or watching TV. I mean, you don't have to be right in front of your sewing machine, and you don't have to really think about what you're doing. I mean, when you're quilting, sometimes if you're doing like 9 squares or something, it doesn't take a lot of thought. But when you're doing flying geese or different patterns in a quilt, you need to concentrate. And this is something that I can chatter and I can sew, and it just, I've ruined you. Sharon, let me tell you. So for those of you that don't know how Living the Dream came about, I was not a quilter. Both of my grandmothers were avid quilters. My aunts, they would sit in the living room with their not long arm machine, their frame, and hand quilt quilts. And I was not a sewer at all. I couldn't sew a straight line. And then in school, I took home ec, and we had to do a skirt. I did the ugliest skirt ever. It had elastic in it, and you know, you're in high school and you've got an elastic skirt. That ain't going well. So I threw it in the garbage. I did get a B on it, but I threw it in the garbage, and I swore I'd never sew again. My grandmas begged me. My mom tried to teach me. I wasn't having none of it. And about, let's see, 96. So about 20 years ago now, whew, I'm getting old. I'm a senior. About 20 years ago, my best friend calls me up, Maggie Ketchum, it's all her fault. And she says, hey, get your credit card, get in the car. I'm coming to, or go outside, I'm coming to get you in the car. We're going to a quilting class today. I told her I am not having any of it. There is Trish Fisher. Hey. Oh, at 6 years old, I love kids that quilt. That is so amazing. I absolutely love that. And I could never get interested in it. And I wish my grandparents would have taught me how to quilt. And I wouldn't let them. So Maggie takes me to this quilting class, kicking and screaming. I didn't want to go. If I wouldn't have loved her so much, we'd have never been there. I fell in love from day one. Elkin Sewing Center, Sue over there, I am her biggest fan, and I always will be. It was a block of the month, and I still have that quilt in here unfinished. It's the flower garden, but I love it. And Fran, I can't think of Fran's last name. She's up in Morgantown. She taught me how to quilt, and I fell in love. So that led to me always dreaming of having a sewing shop. And then 6 years ago, Seth's dad, my husband, got cancer, and right before he passed, he told me to not to end up laying in a bed like he was, wishing I would have done stuff. He said, take those trips, open that quilt shop, live your dreams. And that is the reason it's named Living the Dream. But it all stems from Maggie forcing me into a quilt class that I didn't want to go to, and here we are. Leslie. She is talking about the sunbonnet Sue dye. Uh, Leslie, if you haven't been on an AccuQuilt cutter yet, you got to come in and play. Come back to work, Leslie. We need you. And play with the AccuQuilt. Oh my God, it is so amazing, and it cuts perfectly. We are loving it up here. So we're going to do a Sunbonnet Sue tutorial, and it embroiders all the way around her for you. No, I don't use a thimble. Oh, see, Tris, I wish to God I would have let them, because they were so good at their craft, and I never took the opportunity. I was young and dumb and too busy, and I wish I would have learned more from them. Every time I have tried to use a thimble, it has never worked well for me. So I just place my finger behind it, and I just slide it through easy. It's very rare that I hit my finger, so I have never used a thimble. And if you're down below the stitch line, I am right below it, so it goes in very easy. Sometimes, if you come to where the stitching goes up in there, sometimes it's a little hard to get through, but it's not a problem for me. But I've been doing it a while now, so... But yeah, I just can't get the use of the thimble. And this is a go-between. I don't know why they call them go-betweens, but we did a hand quilting class that the wonderful Donna Carnegie taught up here, and in-betweens, yeah, in-betweens. And I use a size 8. Now they go up to like size 12, but they are so tiny. The size 8 and 9s are the only ones I can thread by eye. So I use the size 8. And I didn't think there was really a difference between needles, but there really is. These are very tiny needles, and they make the stitching so much easier. Oh, Tris, where do you live? You're out of state, aren't you? We need somebody around here. My mom did alterations, and I just lost her in February. So I've been sending them up to the local tailor, but we need somebody here that does alterations. And God bless you. My mom did apparel. She didn't know how to quilt, and to me, quilting's the most easy thing in the world. And she said sewing apparel was easier than quilting. And I think it's totally the opposite. So I think it's what you learn first that makes the difference. But Mom couldn't quilt and I can't sew. So there you go. And there again, I wish I would have let Mom teach me a lot more than I did. Idaho, yes, I knew you were from out of state. And anybody that comes in that's new, let us know where you're from. We love having new people in. And if you like what you see, there's a lot more on our YouTube channel. Make sure to go hit the subscribe button. We do tutorials. We do live, like we're doing a Block of the Week live now. We do podcasts. We do live sales. So hit that subscribe button. And also, I didn't know this until we started a couple months ago. Whenever you see a YouTube channel you really like, make sure to hit that subscribe button. The more subscribers the channel gets, the more people get to see it. So if you're just starting out, it doesn't get out to a lot of people. Unlike Facebook, where people can share it, it's really hard to share that channel unless you share it to your Facebook. So, and that's another way to help small businesses. You can share it to Facebook, the videos, and then people can see it and subscribe to it. But it really helps the channel if you like it for you to subscribe. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. You have your hands full, Trish. You'll and by the way, we also have a community page on YouTube. Trish, go in and share some of the pictures of your quilts. We love seeing what everybody's working on. We also have the Quilters Corner on Facebook where people share what they're working on, ask questions about quilting if they need some help. So definitely join that too if you're on Facebook. 112 left to quilt. Tris, I was counting the other day. I have 54 samplers that I need to get quilted, and I am down to 29 quilts for customers this year. Do you quilt for customers or just for yourself? The next thing we need to get is music. Seth, you're going to have to teach me how to get music that they won't copyright me for on here. So I can dance in the background while I'm working, right, girls? Just for yourself. Wow, that is amazing. 57 this year. I don't know how many I've done this year. I've done a lot, but then I had the heart attack, so... And I can't remember the number I did last year. I think I only did 100 and... Was it 118 last year? I announced it at the end of the year. I went in one night before Christmas and counted it up, and I thought that was amazing. But girlfriend, you might be ahead of me. And Sharon Kinney, you used to long arm too, didn't you? Did you do it for customers or just for yourself? I think you told me you used to have a long arm. Yeah, when I get this done tonight, I've got a t-shirt quilt that I'm going to try to start working on. As soon as I go in and make sure everything is packed. Of course, my refrigerator at the farm went out the other night. Of course it did, because it knew, oh my God, Becky's going on vacation. Something's got to break down. So I've got a refrigerator being delivered tomorrow. I've got quilts to finish. I have work to do for Tri-County. And I've got to pack. And I've got to go get my nails redone. Look, it's getting bad. I go tomorrow to get my nails, and for the first time ever, I'm having a pedicure to go on the trip. Holy cow! Your goal is 16 a month? Wow! All right, I am proud of you, honey. Proud of you. If I set a goal, mine would be like one. Well, I work 3 jobs, so one a month I would hope to get done. That is amazing. You're going to have to keep us updated on how you're doing all of it. I love it. That is amazing. Where's the UFO group at, Tris? Is it on like Facebook or YouTube? We might like to join that. And is it a private group? Oh, nice. See, I'm in Bridgeport, West Virginia, and all of my grandbabies are in Virginia Beach and the Yorktown area. I have 5 of them, and I hardly ever get to see them. I would love to babysit my grandkids. Seth has 3 daughters, and Joe has 2 sons. I have 6 boys altogether. So I definitely wish I could spend more time with them. Oh, it's with another quilt shop? Wow. What is the average that they do? Holy cow, 16 a month. Woof. Do they do like prizes for if you get so many done, or what's it like? Karen Bush, how are those squares coming with that die cutter, honey? How many you got cut? Oh, that's just your goal? Okay. Good luck with that. That is an amazing goal. Maybe when I retire, I can set a goal like that. Because I guarantee you, when I retire, I am quilting all day. Somebody asked me if I retired, if I'd be taking all the material down to 80% off. I said, no, I'm keeping it all so I can quilt for the rest of my life. I have this fascination with material, right, Sharon? Seth had no idea when he created that app how much of a fascination we have with material and how much fabric was in all of our stashes. Oh, that's really cool. I like that idea. I might have to start something like that here. We had one for a while. I gave out like these papers where you listed it, and I think we still even have the Facebook page for UFOs. We need to get that back up and running when I get back. Oh, that's a good idea, Karen. I like that. Trade it with others. Huh. I just don't like the idea of the tiny. Oh, it would take me forever to sew all those little tiny ones together. But I guess if you're just chain piecing, you just sit at the machine and piece, right? Aw, there is Dottie. Hey, girlfriend. Hell on Wheels. What's Hell on Wheels, Dottie? I'm behind. Is it about Kyle Busch? What a shame. That was so heartbreaking this week to read that. And has anybody been watching the Dutton Ranch with Rip and Beth? I had to start watching that, but my favorite show comes out June 2nd while I'm away. America's Got Talent. I think I cry at every show. I absolutely love America's Got Talent. The amazing talent that people have is unbelievable. And I miss you, Dottie. And you tell Terry while I'm on the cruise, I'm going to have a drink in my hand about every minute of the day, I think. Cecil told me my phone will be locked in the safe. I'm not allowed to have it. I have to relax. You want to see me dance, Sharon? I will do that. I will do a happy dance. Yes, ma'am. I'll have Cecil tape me. Oh, I want to see that, Dottie. Dottie, I got the most amazing book at a train show. This guy from, I want to say Clarksburg, wrote it. It's about this thick. It has the most amazing stories about the trains back in the day. I am in love with it. He has like three or four different books out about it. And he goes over certain eras and certain areas of West Virginia while they were building the trains and building putting the track in. It is the most amazing book I've ever read. In fact, I'm taking it on the cruise with me because I've only had time to read like 2 chapters in about 3 months. So I'm taking it with me so I can read on the balcony while Cecil sleeps. And I love the Dutton Ranch. I'm not as into the Marshalls as I am the Dutton. Sharon, you have no idea how bad I need this cruise. I'm telling you. I just cannot wait to relax and not worry about anything. And I have the greatest girls in the world running the shop for me. So I am in no fear. I know they'll take good care of my customers while I'm gone. I just hope they don't give away the shop. That's all I worry about. You know how Diana was. Yes, and I'm so thankful for having the opportunity to take this time off and build myself back up. I think I might visit the gym on the cruise a couple times, and we'll be doing a lot of walking so I can get some exercise. And which series are we talking about, Dottie? If we're talking about Rip on the Dutton Ranch, I love him. And for anybody wondering about Chip the Chipmunk, he is doing great. um, we can't let him go because he has become attached. But he is the craziest little thing ever. And I called somebody with it wasn't Parks and Rec, but anyway, they told me because he runs and comes right back that there's no way because he can't feed himself. He depends on me to feed him now. And he would probably die in the elements, so we can't let him go. But for you, those of you that don't know, Kenyon had hit a chipmunk with the a chipmunk family with the weed eater, but he got one of their back legs, and the poor little guy just laid there, and we left him for about 4 hours, hoping his mom would get him and take care of him, but he was bleeding from the leg, and then he started panning. So we got him, brought him in, went and got Pedialyte and puppy milk, and started feeding him Pedialyte for 24 hours, and then went on to the puppy milk. And he is a fat little sucker. And he is just so amazing. We put 2 hamster cages together, and he is going crazy. He runs from thing to thing. Oh, for Hell on Wheels. How long's it been on, Dottie? I've never even heard of it. I'm getting near a corner so I can show you guys how to corner these for anybody that might want to know. If you're new here, make sure you say, hey, let us know you're here. We're just hanging out, talking about hunks and series and what we're working on for our quilting. I'm doing a hand binding for a customer. I am hoping to get this to her tomorrow. And I don't think I have too much more to go, but I am going to have a corner coming up. So if anybody's got any questions about binding, let us know. And if you're one of those people that sew the binding on by machine, speak up. We want to know, how does it come out? What are you using to do it? And how does it look? I know some people sewed the binding on the front side on their long arm. I tried it once. I'm going to try to do that again. Now, the quilt I tried it on was wonky. It didn't stay in line, so you couldn't put your channel lock on and come straight down the side, so it didn't work out too well. But I am going to try it again with some other quilts. because that would make it a lot easier. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, I will look that up tonight and start watching it while I'm working on that t-shirt quilt. And if you're new here and you like what you're seeing, make sure you hit that subscribe button on YouTube, hit the follow button or notifications so you can see when we're live. Make sure you check out our channel. We have tutorials, lives, live sales, live tutorials, a podcast. Make sure you check all that out. And definitely hit the subscribe button. It really helps small shops out when you hit that subscribe button. It helps so many more people. Angela, I sleep about 5 to 6 hours a night. Yeah, I try. How are you doing, Angela? You have been hopping. I've been seeing you hopping all over the place, and I really enjoy seeing the stories about the other shops. That is great. And anybody that's interested that isn't already hopping, the shop hop for, what is it called? The Blue Ridge Shop Hop is still going on until the end of June. Come on by, play. We have cornhole. You get 3 bags. Every bag you make, you get 10% off per bag. So if you make all 3 bags, 30% off. We have snacks. We have waters. The duck pond is back for another year. Every $50 you spend, as long the AccuQuilt and the dyes and the sewing machines don't count toward the $50, but every 50 you spend in notions and patterns and fabric, you get a duck, and every duck has a number on it, so you get a prize. Thank you, Tris. I appreciate that. Yeah, Dottie, when I tried it, but the quilt I had on there was not even, so it didn't work well. But I've wanted to try it, and then I always start cutting it off and think, shoot, I should have done it that way again. When I went to the Gamble training, there was a lot of people that done it that way and said it was a lot easier. All right, we're getting pretty close to a corner here. If anybody wants to see how I corner on the hand binding. And I've seen it done a lot of different ways online. Oh no, that's sad. I feel for you. June 10th, I got to go back to work. Okay, so here you can see how I've done this. And what I done when I hand sewed it on, I came down until I was a 1/4 inch away from the end. And then I sewed catty corner up to my corner. And then I folded this over. Let's see. Here is the part I sewed over to a 1/4 inch away and then up to the corner right here. So straight along and then catty corner up. And then you fold your material over so that you've got a 45-degree angle going down. And this goes straight down. Like that. And then you just start sewing again straight down the seam. Then, when you flip it over, like this, that gives you that automatic crease there, which is really nice in your quilt. And then you fold this over, hold it right there on the edge going up, and fold that over again, and you've got that nice crisp seam right there. And I always put my binding clip right there beside of it to hold that. And now let me get over here to the edge. I know, Angela. The doctor has yelled at me 3 times now. When I get back, I'm going to see about trying to have at least 1 day off a week and maybe getting the quilts to where I can work on bindings after 8 and sit down. But I got to pay the bills, and I don't want to close my quilt shop, so yeah. But we've got really big plans coming up, and if those plans come through, things will be really great. We're going to turn part of the house into a huge classroom so we can have big classes instead of small ones. Okay, so I'm coming up on the edge. I got one more 1/4 inch to put in here. Okay, so now I'm going to make that nice and crisp again. I hope you guys can see this. Let's see. Okay, so I've got that nice and crisp again. I'm going to go underneath right there, and I'm going to come up right in this corner where this seam comes down and meets the other one. So I'm going to go in, oh, and come up right on the edge. It's hard to do sideways, you guys. There we go. So I'm coming up right in the edge of that. Oh. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to come up right underneath here, and I'm going to come up right in the center up here, halfway up in this crease. There we go. Now that's going to hold that nice and tight for me. See how pretty that looks? And then I'm going to go down underneath that crease, and I'm going to come back up right down here at the bottom where I was before, or right beside of it. There we go. And that'll hold that right there nice and good for me, and the other side looks really nice. And then just start going again. Everybody got that? Any questions? Yeah, actually we are. So we were just going to try to drive down real fast and drive back real fast, but Sewcial decided that while I'm taking a vacation, I needed a real vacation. My Aunt Jeanette is getting my mom's car since my mom passed, so I'm going to drive it down to North Carolina. Sewcial's going to follow, but we are going to stop at a couple shops along the way. We're actually taking 3 days to go to Miami, 3 to come home, so I can stop and shop a little bit. And my stepfather Steve lives in Florida. I haven't seen him in about 5 years, so we're going to stop and see my stepfather and spend a night with him. And then on the way back, my Uncle Kirk that lives in North Carolina, we're going to stop in Wilmington and visit him. So yeah, I'm going to try to shop a little bit. So the Ohio and Pennsylvania, when is that shop hop, Angela? So Sharon, when you hand bound those, or when you sewed them, let me see, the machine bound, did you use a special foot for it, and how did it turn out? Did you like it? Sewcial had bought me for Christmas, before I opened the quilt shop, a binding foot for my Husqvarna, and I could not get that thing to look good at all. June 1st, okay. I know in July we've got the one-stop shop hop in Dayton, Ohio. And that is my favorite show to go to. Have you ever been to that, Angela? If you haven't, I'll find out the date and post it because, oh, it is the most amazing shop hop. And I don't know, since they're having their shop hop for those 2 months, Karen Warwick, can you, if the shop is participating in the shop hop, can you get your stamp at the one-stop shop hop? They're not doing them all together? I did not know that. So when they split us off to the Blue Ridge, they split everybody off. I did not know that. Thank you, Angela. Good to know. How much more do I have to go on this? My goodness. Oh, looky there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more binding clips. Oh, Savannah will be so happy that I'm done with her quilt, and I'll try to spread this out and show you guys. This is a beautiful quilt. The borders got really wonky, but it was okay. I figured it out. I love you, Dottie. Have a great night, honey. And I will see you in a couple weeks. I'll send you pictures. Ohio is August and September. Wow. So Ohio isn't included in the Amash? Huh. Aw, mwah. I love you, Dottie. You just tell Terry I will get some good drinks in my hand on the cruise. I promise not to drink too much. I won't be dancing on any tables or anything. That's all I'd need, right, Sharon Kenny, to fall off the table and break my leg. And if I go overboard, girls, it wasn't willingly. You guys blame Sewcial. Oh, holy cow. Yeah, that is. That's a lot. But at least you don't have to go real far to get to all of them. Are you and Sandy doing it, Karen? All 88 shops? Yes, Sharon, we're going to have big classes. It'll be fun. Not too many. We'll have like 12 to 14, but the more advanced classes, we'll be doing less people because I want to always make sure that our instructors are able to take care of people as they need it and not make people feel left out because there's not enough time if somebody falls behind or gets confused. I know that was one of my biggest peeves when I started taking quilt classes was if the class was too full and they rushed us through. So 12 to 14 will be the most that's ever in a class, and that's for the classes that are either easier or we have enough time during class that people can work on their own and we can help others that need it. So yeah, I'm really excited for the classroom. And we'll have lots of quilts on the wall, so I can't wait for that. Finally, some exciting things coming up. Oh, I love you, Karen. Love you, love you. And you'll get to see me at Retreat in November. I still haven't called you about that, have I? Holy cow. Yes, so we are having a retreat in Millersburg, Ohio in November this year. So I still haven't got it online. That's what the problem is, Karen. I forgot all about that. You got to keep on me, girlfriend. As soon as, maybe while I'm on the trip, while we're driving down to Miami for 3 days, maybe I can get online and get that on the schedule so people can start going on there to sign up. There is room for 40. We had, I think, 28 or 29 back in March. Had a blast. And we found a local petting zoo there. It was terrific. Absolutely great. So if you're going to be in the area, it is inexpensive. It's a lot of fun. Oh, and it's over before you even feel like it began. This year, I don't know where the time went, but I got a whole quilt done, and I had so much fun. It was just unreal. We have people from Wisconsin, Wendy and Mary, that are so wonderful. Um, we have our Ohio girls. We've got people from West Virginia. We had Kentucky and Arizona there last year. We just had a blast. And no problems, not one issue. It was just the most amazing group of people I have ever come into contact with. My only issue was Karen Bush leaving me and going to the other room where I couldn't see her. She was spreading out. She had a lot to spread out for her quilt. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. That's what we need is more food, Karen. I don't even think I would have had to eat out this last time. We had so much food there. I brought food, Sandy Wilmoth, the girls from Wisconsin. There was so much food there. We didn't even get it all eaten. It was unbelievable. And it was delicious. Yeah, Sharon, I was thinking that I might hand bind some of the smaller samplers, or not, machine bind some of the smaller samplers I have, but it always looks like such a mess. I can't do a good job with it. And I don't want to try to sell anything that looks bad. So I'll have to do a lot of TV watching and hand binding. Oh, so I love quiche. Absolutely love quiche. That's a great idea, and I would love you for that, Karen. Yeah, this past time, you weren't there, Karen. This past time, I got this Pampered Chef grill. It's about this big. It's big. And it flips over so you can use both sides. And you can do meat on one side, eggs on the other, hash browns, anything. And I brought it, and nobody used it. We used it the first night. I can't, no, maybe we didn't. Because we had barbecued pork that was in a slow cooker. I can't remember if we ever used it at all or not. But that thing is amazing. And I brought it for anybody to use because I thought we can make our own food and nobody's got to go out to eat. And then you know what, Karen? I've got an oven downstairs. It's a mini oven that we took to North Dakota when we took the Indians the fabric. I could bring that and we could put the quiches in that if they need to, or if they're already cooked, we'll just heat them up in the microwave. Or I've got that, heck, I've got a air fryer in there that's got an oven on it I could bring. You just let me know what you need for it, girlfriend, and I'll make it happen. And if anybody wants more information on the retreats, we get back on the 9th of June. By June 15th, I'll have that up. Karen, it is your job to remind me of that. If I don't get it done on the way down or the way back, I need to get that up and running, so you keep me in line. Okay. Oh, and that is a great idea. I always do mine in big pie things. Yes, I love that. Sharon Kinney, you need to come to retreat with us. You would love it there. I mean, a bunch of women, a huge room, plenty of quilting space, and fun, and we eat, girlfriend. Oh my goodness, do we eat. And there is a little restaurant and bar in the motel we stay at, but the motel was built in 61, Karen? Beautiful old quilts hanging on the wall, antiques everywhere. It is the most homey place I've ever stayed in my life, and I love that place. Thank you, Karen. I love you, honey. Do not feel like you are driving me crazy. Somebody needs to be on me. I can't believe Elaine and Carol ain't on tonight. That's surprising. Where are my girls at? And Pepperoo. I haven't even got Pepper called today. Pepper, if you're on here, I've been busy as heck, but I will try to get you called later. My phone's been ringing off the hook, and I had to get Kenyon brought over here, and I was working on this quilt and worrying about all the other things I need to be working on. I've got a big handful of Tri-County stuff that I'm going to do tonight after I finish working on that t-shirt quilt. Yes, it is. It is very good. I had breakfast there this time, and they have a good breakfast, too. And not expensive at all. All right, we got 3 more clips to go, everybody. Everybody else getting their stuff done? Watch, I'm going to run out of thread before I get to this 3rd clip. Don't you hate that? It's like running out of a bobbin with a couple of inches to go. And if anybody has any questions about binding, please ask them. Let us know. If you need me to show you something while I'm sitting here working on this, I can do that too. And it just looks so much better than machine binding to me. Now, I have seen some that are bound by machine that don't look bad. I can't do it, but other people can. And you just get a real sense of satisfaction when you hand bind something or hand sew something. I have, and I actually own one, Karen. Karen Work asked me if I've seen the machine binding foot on the Genomes. I actually have one, Karen. I've never had time to try it out because I'm always working so fast to get customers' quilts done, and I don't want to ruin a customer's quilt, so I might have to bring it so we can try it out at Retreat if I can't get it tried out before then. Yes, Angela, you need to ask for one for Christmas. Yes, ma'am. Karen Bush, tell her. We have the 4.5 and the 3.5 and the 3-inch. What are you cutting? You're cutting 3 and 5. We've got the 3-inch cutter. I swear to goodness, Angela, you can cut the strips on it and then turn it sideways and fold it over on itself going down. 6 layers. Send it through and you've got, I don't even know how many different squares cut in 15 seconds. It is amazing. All right, I might just send it up to you, Karen. We'll let you do the tutorial from home for us. When I get back, remind me, and I'll send it up there for you to try. All right, Seth, I really appreciate that. Yes. So Seth will have some tutorials coming out while I'm gone. And one thing that I've noticed, and I didn't know this about YouTube either. If you're watching the YouTube videos, the lives, it'll say comments and it'll say there's no comments. You can either slide over on either the computer or phone, or you can click over on the other and you can see the comments during the live, like right now. But once this comes out, it automatically posts with comments and no comments. So if you want to see the comments made while it was actually live, just look over to the right of that and go to the live posts, I think it says. And you can see what everybody was actually talking about during the actual live event. Is there a 5-inch? I'll have to get... Now, Karen, is there a 5-inch strip cutter? I've got the 5-inch die, but I would like a 5-inch strip cutter so we can cut more at once. Yeah, that stripology is my favorite thing. Look, there's Katie Dickinson. Mwah! Katie, I'm going on a cruise. I can't wait. You got to call and give me all your tips for the cruise. So I really want that strip cutter because you can cut so much more with the strip cutter than with the smaller die. So I'll have to check it out and see if there is one. And Karen, while I'm gone, your alphabet should be in. I'll have the girls call you when it comes in and you can come in and get it. Or they can ship it out to you. But it's kind of big. So you might have to come up and pick it up because the shipping's going to be a lot on that. I should have just had it shipped directly to your house. But that's $20, so I don't think it'll cost you $20 to come up and get it. It is more expensive to get it shipped directly to your home. Look at that. Can you guys believe that? I had that much thread left. Now let me, I'm going to spread this out so I can show you guys. This is such a beautiful quilt made by Savannah Hayhurst. Oh, I won't be able to spread it out all the way, but you guys can get the gist. Look at this beautiful quilt. Isn't that beautiful? Love it, love it. And here's the back. She did it in a really pretty teal, and we've got bubbles on it in a purple because she had so much purple in here. Very pretty fabric. Let's see. So I'll pick that up so it's not laying on the floor. Yes, you do that, Katie Bug. Are you working tonight? I heard that you can special order dies. Yes. Yeah, Sharon, I really want to do some decorative stitches. Yes. Yeah, and you've got to try to come to retreat. Sharon, I'm telling you, girls, tell her. We've got a couple girls here that have been on the retreats. We have a blast. And there are 33 or 34 now other quilt shops up there. So it is amazing. Do you use it a lot, Diane? I know the other night I did this, the binding for this one. I came up and threw it on the strip cutter and sent it through. I had 9 strips in 15 seconds. I was like, yeah. And I didn't have to cut it. I didn't get anything wrong. It was perfect. That's what I love about this. And if anybody's wanting an AccuGo cutter, we have all the cutters here in the shop. You can go to livingthedreamquiltshop.com, check them out, or you can come in the shop and actually play with them. And they are all on sale for June. So come in and check them out. And anybody that buys a cutter from me for the rest of your life that I'm here, you get an extra 10% off of all of the cutter dies. So great deal. and I like to take care of my customers. All right, so that is our social for tonight. I'm still going to go down and work on another quilt, but thank you for hanging out with me. Let's see, it's 9 o'clock. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys in a couple of weeks. If you're doing the block of the week along with us and you're a little bit behind, make sure you go on to the live videos, check out all 9, get caught up. When I get back, we have 3 weeks to go, 3 weeks of blocks, and then 1 week to do put our quilt sampler together. It's going to be beautiful. Make sure you post pictures on the YouTube community channel. There will be another prize drawing for a really nice prize the week that I get back. So post those pictures. Let everybody see your colors, what your blocks look like, so you can win a special prize. Thank you all so much for helping me live my dream, and I hope you're all living yours. I will definitely be living mine the next 2 weeks. So thank you so much. I love you all. Yes, yeah, Diane, it is great for borders and binding. I absolutely love that. And Cecil's told me he's hiding my phone for 2 weeks, so I'm going to try to have a nice, relaxing time. And I'm going to take up some crocheting on the way. That's, I got to have something to do with my hands, so I don't want those nasty, dreaded cigarettes. So hopefully by the time I get back, I will be cigarette-free and in a much better place. So I love you guys. You all have a great night. I will see you all in 2 weeks and 1 day. 2 weeks, no, sorry, 2 weeks from this coming Thursday. So I will see you all soon. Love and hugs, everybody. Bye.